and a custom Xfinity style. There is some heated tempers. We're going to see if any of that comes back. Boomhauer, our in-car specialist with us tonight. Nanner
Howdy,
Bread,
howdy,
Arch in the booth.
howdy.
What's up, guys?
Oh, getting ready to do some qualifying at the Mo Park.
All right, just to let everybody know, guys, we do have a little bit of frustration coming over from that last race. We do not know if we're going to see any retaliation. I don't think we will, just because we have
Oh,
a lot
these
of
guys are
classy
good.
drivers. Yeah, but we talked about it earlier. I am going to toot my own horn though. There is a couple people out there driving a put high performance chassis tonight. Thanks for everybody. That means something to me when you guys ask me about that, and I'll tell you who's one of them is. Boomer! How's that car been treating you in practice, buddy?
Oh, it's been doing pretty good. Let's see if I can get at least, a good starting position out of it. Got a lot of competition, got a lot of fast drivers as Marcus does not get going.
He is qualifying. Again, he's our in-car reporter. Nanner Bread and Arch up here with Put It Again. Nanner, I love a road course. Everybody knows that. And of all road courses, besides Road America, Mid Ohio, and Watkins Glen, that narrows them down. But this is my favorite, as you guys know. What's your take on Canadian Motorsports Park, man?
Well, I will say it's probably the second or third most forgiving road course on the game.
Oh,
With
yes.
with Xfinity cars, I would put it in top two next to Watkins Glen. Uh,
As long as it's not
However,
Road America, I don't care.
I tell you, it is all road courses to me are fun. Now, as far as custom setups go, I haven't really messed with too many custom setups with road courses on this game. I will say the pretty much the rhythm of road courses is getting into it first of all, and then trying to manage that left front tire because, as we've heard from a lot of people, left front tire issues are a thing. And as myself, I try to give a couple people advice is, you're going to have to run it hard in avoidance of getting ran over into the corners. But once you get spread out, if you can back up the corners a little bit, that will save it. You could go up on the left rear, take a little bit of that. Well, not the left rear. The left rear or the left front or both. Go up on either of them. Take a little bit of weight off that left front tire. We'll see, but we'll.
Okay, Daddy. Go ahead. He said he likes all the road courses that don't have right-hand turns.
Well, K Teddy's my dad first of all, and I'm
I
gonna tell
thought
my dad
NOCO
to shut
was.
the hell
Make up your
up.
mind. Make up your mind. Do you need a DNA test? You said NOCO earlier, now you're saying Taddy.
No, he said
See,
somebody
here's
before
one thing.
Noco.
Yeah,
Or did they
Boomhauer,
just split?
during
Did they take
during
turns?
your departure, pretty
He's
much
talking about
90% of the NASCAR heat community is my dad.
Oh, okay.
So that is a thing. And so don't.
Have you ever
question me
been to
on
Mid
that.
Ohio, being from Ohio?
Yes, I was actually there one time for a IndyCar race. One time.
Great. Been there. Yeah, that's a great race. This goes out
And
to all my extra homies out there, especially my homeboy, Australian Robbie. It's got to
Zero.
be brought up. I
Get
raced
back
my
on the
motorcycle at Mid Ohio, Robbie. There. He knows
can
who's
we get
going
an
to
F
say
in the
it.
chat for him saying that? Because I'm pretty sure that he's going to travel over here and probably
Well,
stick a knife in your neck,
well,
possibly. Because
here's
I
the
mean, I
thing,
know he's
though.
coming.
He's coming over, and when he is, he's already committed to staying with Mr. and Mrs. Puddin. So, and he's told me I have to sleep with my eyes wide open because,
Um,
so. But anybody, guys,
He's
Canadian
gonna kill
Motorsports
you for
Park.
calling him an Aussie. That's why.
Canadian Motorsports Park. We're doing it custom style tonight, so it's not a slider. These guys have been working hard. Boom. I know. I've worked with you throughout the week,
Oh yeah.
practicing,
I've
and I
put
do
probably
appreciate.
over 200 laps in at this track in the last 3 days.
In 3 weeks ago, every time we would do this race in a fun race, you would yell at me. So when you kept inviting me over, that was a surprise. But so good luck tonight, Boom. I hope you're doing well. Again,
Well, we still
Robbie,
got qualifying going on, so we'll see
Robbie,
if we can.
Robbie's one to be looked at. Jake, Matt, he's out. He's
Jay
one. I mean,
Wood, Dark
Kate,
Knight, Tommy.
anybody,
I mean,
man.
you can't sleep on anybody in here. I mean,
No,
we
no, it's
we
like a
don't
super
got to talk
speedway.
about. We don't got to talk about Jake too much because we already know what he's capable of. So
yeah.
uh,
But-
we'll go back to Atlanta, Robbie, he did what? He finished third?
Second.
Second. What a phenomenal finish for Robbie. That is awesome.
If
Great
I
finish
wouldn't
for
have
him.
spun on pit road, I'd have had a top 10, dang it.
Well, it'd be like that sometimes, but
It
I tell you
happens,
what,
especially
that's a
to
good
me.
finish for Robbie in the Xfinity Series. That definitely is going to help him out in points. I wish I had an updated version of the point standings for the series. I guess I
I
can go
will
to the
send
Facebook
them to
page.
you, or I can send them to you after I do qualifying.
Oh yeah, if you could
Here
do
we
that,
go,
that'd be
guys.
great.
I just pulled up the daily week board, or the daily fast guys. Jake being up top, Robbie, Deadpool, Fat Patch, Etho, Habab, Dark Knight, Motor 420, D Smith, Piston Piper. Once again, all of Giggity takes the daily fastest times, and my goodness, look at these times out there too.
Wait,
These,
Deadpool's running?
No, he's
not
not running
tonight.
tonight,
He's
but
not
he's still
running
part of
tonight.
Giggity.
Yeah, he's still part of Giggity, so Giggity still has the
He was probably
dailies.
practicing with us.
Yeah, so so again, just like we did at Talladega, we're going to jump back over here real quick.
Daytona.
Yeah, we'll go. Yeah, like with Daytona, the qualifying they took it over. Jake, Robbie, Deadpool, Fat, Edo, Habab, Dark Knight, Nike Boy. He runs with us, and we know who Hunty is too. So again, 7 of the top 10 took over the weekly fastest, and we're going to the all-time fastest. Puddin' Knievel used to be on there until my boy took me off today, Robbie, in the spot that I was in, Robbie. But no, look, we got Fluffy. Deadpool's is sitting there in third on the all-time Jake. Robbie sitting 7th, Fat Patch and Shadow Grim 10th. So Giggity knows how to get around this track, guys.
Well, with 20-some cars, it is definitely, and especially with tempers flaring from Atlanta, which we heard a little bit why, but not completely.
We'll get into that later.
I honestly believe, though, that
My bad.
there might be one person that runs somebody over in turn one. It's bound to happen because people have different braking points into turn one.
I was
That's
just
all
going to
there
tell
is
you
to
that.
it.
Yes, and I was just going to say that patience is going to be a virtue, throttle control,
and the
and
Evil
braking
Knievel
points.
corner.
Well, yeah, the one that's downhill.
Yes, after
that
you
one
make that
downhill.
left-hander, a
Yeah.
lot of people brake at different points getting ready for that U-turn right-hander going uphill. So that's
Look.
definitely one spot you're going to have to look out for.
It's a long race, man, and honestly,
Yes, it is.
if you're not a, I mean, okay, it as far as laps go, it's not, but in reality, as long as the track is, it's not that long. But
It takes time.
I tell you one thing, I think time is virtue here. I mean, you gotta let these people mess up in front of you. Once things
Yes.
get spread out.
Arch
Don't
taught me
force
Let
that.
these people in front of you make mistakes. Take the positions that way.
Well, that's
Just
what I
get
was gonna say.
If you don't like road courses, just get your points and go. I mean,
Arch.
take what you can get and leave with it.
Well, definitely, and that's what I did when we ran that truck series race here. Was putting was point two. I started dead last in that field just because I wanted to take my time. I didn't want to go into that first turn. I didn't want to go in there. I didn't want to be in everybody else's mess. I picked up over 2.5 seconds working with NOCO before that race, and I wound up coming home 6th.
Yeah.
I do have our Thursday Xfinity Series points at the top. As we already know, as long as he starts this race, he will lock up the championship with Jake sitting up front.
Jake has been dominant since day one.
We've got Woodruff sitting in second, Pendle third, Robbie Vids fourth, Trey running at the top 5, Habab sixth, Jay Wood seventh, Jackson Strong in eighth, G9 Gamer Michael in 10th. We've got Bulk Crusher, Matt B. Dub, D. Smith, Fat Patch, myself, Little Man, rounding out the top 15.
So 4 of the top 5 are Team NOCO guys, and once again, that does not surprise me.
Something else, though, real
Considering
quick, Danner,
how
we got
I
to talk
seen the
about, though,
season
is
start out.
something we got to talk
Alright.
about, though, is your pitch strategy tonight. UK and Money Mike will give me a lot of grief. Just because I'm fast here doesn't know I am not great on my pitch strategy. You have to be able to pit at the right time to be able to get to position yourself for the end of this race. And Robbie Vids, one of those guys out there tonight, running a Puddin' High Performance chassis modified to his liking, but so great. So Boomer and
I've
Robbie
got the
and a
starting
couple
order.
other people, but good luck to you guys in the pit strategy. pit strategy, throttle control, patience, and braking points. I think we're going to talk about all of those tonight.
All right, for our starting lineup, we've got, once again, that bad Bama Jamma and that green and black number 10 car, Jake Guru himself, starting on the pole. Yep, that car definitely needs to be inspected, but we've got No Pit Pendle sitting in second. We've got
NPP.
Eto in third.
Go Eto.
We've got
Jake's
Robbie starting fourth. We've got Dark Knight starting fifth. We've got Trey starting sixth. Fat Patch running in seventh. We got Matt B. Dub in eighth. We've got Woodruff in ninth. We've got Habab running at the top 10. We've got Piston Piper in 11th. I didn't lay down the greatest lap time, starting in 12th. Tommy Armor Boy in 13th. And we've got D. Smith, who did not post a qualifying lap. I think he was resetting his PlayStation and his router, because I do believe he lagged out of that Atlanta race. We'll be starting 14th.
Happy birthday to my other dad.
I can give me a short
invites.
Something else, guys, too. We
Don't
talked about
accept
this.
these just yet.
We talked about this the other night in the Roval Cup race. The guys starting up front have an advantage, obviously, because people in the back are going to back that first corner up to try to avoid any mayhem. So all that's going to do is slow everybody down, and the people up front are going to be able to pull out front and get that advantage. So
there's two people talking at once. Can't hear us both.
Sorry, go ahead.
Or it might be completely opposite, but go ahead.
I just think starting up front's a good point. Arch.
The qualifying.
Qualifying. Jake is first. No Pit Pendle, Edtho, Robbie, Dark Knight, Trey, Fat Patch, Matt B. Dub, Woodruff, Bob running out the top 10, Piston Piper 11th, myself in 12th, Tommy Armor Boy 13th, and D. Smith in 14th.
So, Boomhauer, what are we looking at as far as... sorry, Art, your
No, you're good.
voice is so low that I can barely hear you sometimes. But
I'm trying to get through camera angles and views.
Oh, you're good. I was just going to ask, so what are we looking at as far as what the game says that you have on fuel at the start of a run?
I was testing on 3 times wear. I always like to test and set up, tires and stuff like that, for, more wear than you're actually going to use. That way, whenever it drops down for race day, for a fact it's going to last. So on 3 times wear, we were pitting, the stages are, there's 10 laps in the first stage and the second stage, and 12 laps in the third stage. Now, whenever I was practicing online, one of my buddies in my Underdog Racing team, Guitar, he jumped in, and backed out of the lobby after the race started, so I could at least, run online by myself to actually know what the car is going to do.
Right.
But the first 10 laps on 3 times wear, I was able to make it over the halfway point before I had to pit. So I still believe, even though it's dropping from 3 times wear to 2 times wear, we still might have to see a pit stop in the first 2 stages. Now, in the third stage is where it got tricky, because 12 laps, there's 36 laps total, but a couple of laps are taken away, during the stages. But the third stage being 12 laps on 3 times wear, I had to stop twice. 2 times wear, we might be able to make it on 1. Being on 3 times wear, I could go 5 laps on a fuel run. 2 times wear, we might make it between 6 and 7 laps, and if that's the case, then it will definitely be a two stop third stage, as long as it stays green.
Once again, we got Kate Taddy out there. Like you said, appreciate you guys out there watching. As everybody knows, I am a truck driver for Giggity. I chose that myself. But I'm not gonna lie. I thought I was going to be sneaky, even though I knew it wasn't going to work. I tried to get in for this race when Kate Taddy said, no bueno for pudding. But I did try to sneak in tonight, guys, just because I love this track.
Yeah, I would have loved to have been out there with you. I love road courses, like I said. Had I known, if I was in an opportunity where I could have ran this race, obviously I would have practiced for it, just like you would have.
Right. The countdown is on, fellas. We are getting ready to go. Not yet.
All right.
I will let you know
I'm
when.
interested in that, but like I said, I appreciate it though, Kate, Taddy. Once
And
again,
join now.
everybody in our administration out there, thanks for keeping an eye on everything and regulating it. But he said, no pudding, that's a bad pudding. We
Bad
are
pudding.
we are
But you
going.
just like running out of fuel.
Oh, oh, good gracious. Oh,
Because
it's
this
not
is
missing
No.
pit
pretty
road. It's
easy
just my
pit road
pit
to get on.
strategy. I missed pit road at Bristol. That's what
Wait,
he
are we
refers
good
to.
to
Yeah.
accept the invites?
Yes, you are.
We have to get into
And
this race as
also,
soon
I'd
as
like
possible,
to say
guys.
that, Taddy, while you're watching this,
Bad pudding. That's right, Robert. That's right. I
I
tried.
love
I
you,
had
Dad.
to. I had to make that effort
Oh.
though.
So
I had to
sweet,
give it the old
son.
college try.
All right, as we pull these belts down tight and get ready to rumble.
With Noko still
Road
in here, I
course
love you
style.
too, Dad.
Yes, it is. This first corner, let's see what happens. It looks like everybody's getting through pretty clean. Everybody
Somebody's off
knows
in
the
the back.
calamity.
That's Armor. Tommy.
Oh,
I wonder how some of these guys have geared their trucks or their cars. I like to run the first half that's in third gear. That's the way I have my custom set up. Less shifting means less mistakes to be possibly made. Everybody coming through the big right-hander, coming down into that left-hander under what I've affectionately called the Evil Knievel turn because of that jump. Jake is out front, but guys, look at this. NPP right there on his rear end. When I see a purple car, I know who that is. That's our old Australian buddy. Come on, Robbie. Put that PHS
You
chassis
watch
to
your
work
damn
tonight,
mouth.
buddy. He makes Robbie gets around NPP, so there we go. He has no cars in front of him except for Jake. He does have to worry about that, but focus on the racetrack, buddy. Come on, there's so many tracks. But we're gonna flip back. These guys are going too
all
wide
right.
up through here.
A quick update. I was correct when I called out the laps, for fuel and everything. We are getting 7 laps to a tank.
Oh, we got about
There is
15.
10. There is 10 laps in a stage, so we will have to make a green flag stop in the first
Yeah.
2 stages as long as there is not a caution.
Glad to see everybody
Saving fuel
taking
at
that
these
as
road courses is trash.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's hard. It's almost impossible.
NPP
Especially
on the
on
back of
customs.
Robbie's
Default,
bumper.
it's not so bad.
Jake's starting to pull away. Racing these two racing is giving that
You would
opportunity
have
for
to
him.
run
That Dark
4th
Knight right
gear
there with
all the
him.
way around the track to save a lap of fuel.
You'd have to run 2 laps in 4th gear to save half a lap
And
of
by
fuel,
that time,
basically.
you're going a lap down, so there's no point
exactly.
in trying.
These guys racing is given the opportunity for Jake to pull a bigger league out. NPP gets around Robbie. Robbie's right there with him. Right behind him, Dark Knight. These guys are definitely trying not to let Jake get too far away. We've seen him on the all-time leaderboards, and he put down a time that I am just flattered with. I have to get with him and pick his mind because I love this track. I got to figure out how to be Jake fast here, guys. But these guys are battling up front.
Oh, it's
We're clicking
Eto
through the road.
spins.
Yep. I just saw that. That is
It
unfortunate.
looks like
for
maybe
Eto,
him
but-
and Habab might have gotten together a little bit, but also we know some people shift into second gear coming off of that second turn right there, so he might have gotten a little bit loose, and just a little touch from Habab might have sent him around.
Coming around
I
that
tell
chicane
you.
at the top, though, guys, if you hit that throttle too quick, you can loop it around there, and we've all
Yes,
done it
you
at least
can.
more than once. You have to be careful. Again, these guys are in custom setups. These guys have been practicing a lot tonight, though, but you got to be careful about that. Jumping back on board with Robbie. Jake has a great lead. Dark Knight gets around NPP. NPP right there with him. Robbie's in second, too dark, and then go to no pit pendle, guys. Oh, little contact. And when I say a little, that pushes Robbie way right. No pit penalty to the inside of him. Get up to second place. Unfortunate for him. You got to be careful. Again, you don't want to overdrive this track, guys. Speaking from experience, we all know you have to hit your braking points perfect. You do not want to bicycle. You do not want to go too wide. You have to hit your marks perfect. Arch.
Well, this is definitely a track that you got to hit your points. I mean, there's so many spots as we see them going through the horseshoe up there, as I call it.
More contact being made between Robbie and
Robbie
Dark,
and
and that was
them,
that was not intentional, guys. It's so easy to get loose. Throttle control, throttle control, throttle control. Even in a custom car, you have to be careful here tonight.
For me, that's the hardest part of the track here.
That's
Yeah.
my
Yeah,
favorite.
I agree with you there, Puddin. I tell you what, throttle control on road courses is fun. You feel the tail end coming out, all you gotta do, let it off. As soon as you see it or feel it get straight, step back in. Well, I mean, edge back in it. And Jake, Honestly, at this point, Jake's in a perfect position to take stage 1 because, first of all, he's got a humongous lead. He can
That's
take
going wide on turn 1 right there, guys. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, you're good, buddy. He can take care of that left front tire. He has nothing to worry about. Literally, he can take his time getting around this track. If they start catching him, he can get back into it. But it doesn't really look like Jake's taking care of his tires. It more looks like he's wanting to lap these people. He is.
Oh yeah, Jake's
gone.
not want to back down. If he knows
He
he's got
is
the car
gone.
to do it, he's gonna go.
Robbie
He
and Dark
is
Knight
gone.
feud to have a great battle. Robbie gets a little loose, takes it on the outside of Evil Knievel, hits that rumble strip, backs it down, lost a lot of momentum, trade to the inside, giving Dark the great opportunity to try to chase Jake down. When I say try, he's going to try. Jake is, again, super fast here.
Well, you talk about how fast Jake's going right now. Some drivers mess up if they try and slow down, especially on a road course, because it throws off where you've been practicing your points at. You practice to put down a fast lap. You practice to push your car. So I mean, sometimes backing down can cause an issue. That's why
you
Jake
got to
isn't
practice
backing down.
both. I mean,
We've got people on pit road already, as it looks like Dark Knight is splitting the stages.
Yeah, and if you're going to have to pit, that's not a bad way to go.
Something I figured out too, to help get a car rotate, you actually want to get off of that brake and use the throttle. Coming through a lot of these corners, you can use that throttle to get back into it sooner and help that car rotate through there. Again, downshifting, upshifting here. You do not want to miss your points, but the more you shift, the more opportunity you make for mistake. And this is one time, we talked about it earlier in pre-race, Nanner brought it up. I wish that they would give us an opportunity on road courses especially to just change left sides, because that left front tire can get and will get 8.
And on any other track, when you would pit, that outside part of the car away from pit wall, that's the first side that you change typically. I mean, very rarely do you see guys at Atlanta take left side tires. I mean, you're not going to see that. You know what I mean?
I have seen it before.
Shadow Grimm's in the
It
house.
does happen. It does happen.
Very, very seldom, though.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. They should give you the option here at the road courses to change one side or the other. Considering that the fuel tank is on the other side of the car, they should make that a thing. But
it used to be. That's what sucks.
You deal with what you get, and this is what we got. And it. I
believe Jake has pitted as well.
Now, Jake, he could have pitted, and he's going to come out with the lead again. And I think Pendle was second.
And he is leading at the moment right now. Yes, he is.
At 11 car. I love that paint scheme. I actually have a boxed up die cast. I have a bunch of die cast.
See, I was running the Jeffrey Earnhardt IK9 18, but, we've only got a couple weeks left in the season, so I've asked Teddy if I could run a custom paint scheme. He said, yeah, go ahead, why not? So I decided to throw me a little scheme together earlier today.
And it doesn't look half bad for not having an imagination.
Yeah, I said I liked
know.
it. Yeah, for sure.
Boomhauer, great to have you out here, man. Great to have you.
I do believe this is the lap we're going to see everybody else pit. I know for a fact I will be pitting as soon as I get up to pit road. We'll have to see
Pendle goes past.
Oh. So he's going to run the tank dry. Maybe take well, you can't take 2 tires with that left front wearing the way it does. So,
like I said, man, if you got your car set up, I will say the more wear on the tires at road courses, the faster the car is.
Look at that. And there's that AI mistake we were talking about. These guys have no control over that. And we see cars making contact on pit lane, and that should not be a factor.
I have seen people get sideways getting off of pit road here, too, so people do have to be careful.
Let's stack up in pit road, real quick.
This is a very difficult pit road to get off of without accruing damage.
Mike Myers.
Yes, I did too. I pulled the Austin Powers not too long ago myself, Boomer.
Nice in the water, he got all the way around. He's getting it back together, though.
We're on board right quick with Ed, though. Great to have you
back,
man.
And backwards on pit road.
And watching him drive this car, he is sliding this thing. He's got the hammer pedal down. Eddo's looking real fast tonight. He got it wrapped up, and he's on a mission. He is a man on a mission. Right behind him appears to be either Jay Wood or Fat Patch. I'm trying to look at the number, but yeah, Eddo is on a mission. Pit strategy tonight, which we've already been talking, guys, is a big deal. Getting off the pit lane, we didn't bring that up so much, but yeah, do not pull that Austin Powers. Boomer did it. I done it. You got to be careful.
Pendle crossing pit road again. He is not pitting. He is.
All right.
He's
Well, whenever
gone.
I pitted, I still had 3 laps of fuel left, or estimated 3 laps of fuel left, so he could probably run maybe 1 to 2 more laps before he's definitely going to.
One thing I have realized about this track is, well, and road courses in general, if you're full on at a road course, you're taking a little more than 1 lap of fuel out of the car.
Yes.
As far as gas goes.
I have watched
per
that.
lap. That is an
Whenever I was
actual
practicing.
thing.
Whenever I was practicing, I was keeping track of that lap, that fuel count, and I kept noticing
Robbie
that each
gets loose.
spot, each time it dropped down, from one lap to the next, that fuel gauge, whenever it would tick down, it would be at different points on the track,
And
a
it'd
little
be
bit
farther
sooner
back.
each time. Yes.
Yep. And so that to me tells me I think he's going to pit this lap. I believe he's on the
he will,
backstretch here. But I will say, I'm wondering what is he going to do? I mean, he can't take 2 lefts. We've already established that. That's not a thing.
Well, my lefts, whenever I pitted, was still only at 60%. So depending on how he's got it set
He's
up,
not going to pit this time. He is going to go again.
On board with
So-
Robbie, chasing down Dark Knight, coming up through this hairpin. The
Smooth
evil current.
criminal.
Contact being made. Again, unintentional. Dark Knight gets a little bit wide. You do not want to hit the candy canes. You do not want to hit those. You want to go high load, but not hit everything. That's how you get around there quickly, in my opinion.
That's one of the things I wish
they
they
have a
would fix
drag
on the
race going
game.
down the backstretch, man. This is a drag race between Dark and Robbie going into that long right-hander going into the Espers that takes us down to the front straightaway. Dark Knight drives it in, but Robbie backs it up, still side by side. Dark gets a little bit of advantage. Robbie, with that gentleman's advantage, comes back underneath him, tries to high-low him. Robbie missed his mark a little bit right there, but man, look at this racing we got between these guys up here. They can be front runners, and they are tonight, guys.
I tell you what, Art, I don't know who you're watching, but what are you seeing right now?
Well, I'm watching Pendle right now. I'm just seeing
My
how
dad
he's going.
Booth,
Oh,
See,
he's
that's
going.
the-
He's going.
He's got to
That's,
pit this
that's a
lap.
definite thing. He's
well, I'm
going.
sitting here. I was running this race, and I was getting a lap more than Puddin was. And I wasn't running too far
Thanks
off
for
at
bringing that
times.
up.
Well, no. I mean, I'm just being honest. So, I mean, you could stretch it out 8 laps here.
And
as
here
he
comes the
down pit
leader.
road.
He's coming down pit road. Pendle is coming down pit road right now.
All right.
Real quick, I know this is a road course. This is very difficult to do, and thanks for being here, Boomer. But we got some people out there in YouTube world wanting to know where Edo is, just to see
I can
position-wise.
try to. I can look at
At
my.
your earliest convenience, please
I'm
don't
not
mess up
seeing
your
him.
race.
I'm currently running 6th right now. We got Robbie in 4th, Dark Knight in 5th, myself in 6th, Habab in 7th, and Fat Patch running 8th. That is all I can see at the moment. But here in a lap or two, whenever the stage ends, I will definitely let everybody know.
I can pull up Robbie. I can pull up Robbie's stream.
Yep.
I've raced here a bunch with Fat Patch.
As
I've raced with
Jake
Fat
takes
Patch a
the
lot.
lead again, I can tell you that much.
I think Pendle made a mistake staying out that long because like I said, worn tires are better at road courses, but he stayed
Depends
out
on
until
how
that.
much wear.
Well, that, and I think he stayed out until that tank was dry, because you said you pitted with 3 laps, and he went 3 laps around there after you
I think
pitted.
he got a
did.
speeding penalty, guys. He's just now getting off pit road.
Well, he had to take 4 tires. That's the messed up part about this. You can't take lefts. He
But I
has
watched
to take
him.
4
He was-
to
he
get
was in
left side
that pit
tires.
stall. He was in that pit stall more than 20 seconds.
And he is no longer in the top 5. So
Yeah, I'm pretty
as
sure he
far
got a
as ahead as
15
he was, I
don't
think
think
might
he
have
got.
got
I don't think he got a pit road penalty. Literally, I think he took 4 tires, and I really, honestly believe that. I mean, it takes at these road courses when you have to get on pit road at 30, 35 mile an hour.
40 for this one.
It takes forever to get down and out.
Yes, it does.
So I mean, he's gonna come out here, and he's coming up on who is that? Matty in the 61.
Matt B-Dub. Yep, in the 61's
Jake
Matt
just entered the
B-Dub.
stage.
Yes, he did.
All right.
So he tried to make. I think Pendle's strategy was try to make it to the end of the stage. He did a good job trying, but he realized he couldn't, and going a lap down was going to be a lot worse than anything
That
else.
stage is over. I just crossed the line. In the top 5, we've got Jake, Trey, Robbie, Dark Knight, myself in 5th, Habab 6th, Fat Patch 7th, Matt B. Dub 8th, Pendle in 9th, Woodruff 10th, D. Smith 11th, Tommy 12th, Ed Tho back in 13th, and Piston Piper is 8 laps down, so I'm thinking he might have lagged out.
Well, I tell you what, Fat Patch, that's a good finish for him in the stage. We haven't talked much about him at all, so good job for him.
I feel pretty confident in running top 5 in that stage. Now I'm not sure if if Pendle made a mistake or not for me to get that top 5. The car's feeling pretty good, but
we know he's got a good car, but we know that
he'll be back.
Maybe in the third stage, if he can get his way back up front here in this next stage, if he can be up front in the third stage, he's going to be somebody to look out for.
Because takes the lead.
Trey and Robbie starting on the front row right here, guys.
Here we go.
All right, stage 2 underway. Another 10 laps. Here we go, fellas.
Robbie shut all of his notifications off. He has been focusing. He's been dedicated. He has put in a ton of laps. Robbie really wants a W tonight.
I've got that neon green and black number 10 right on
Trey
my bumper.
Robbie make a little bit of contact. Trey bumps the inside wall, comes back out into the Robbie. They're 2-3 wide. We're going up through this right-hander. Now, yes, this is a very tricky corner, guys.
They both drove over.
Yes, look at that.
Yeah, that kind of stacked everybody up right there.
Dark Knight to the lead, guys, with Habab and Jake right behind him as we're following along. This is really intense racing. It's very tricky at this track, especially on first turns, restarts, and everything. Robbie makes a little bit of contact with Habab. Boomhauer to the outside of Habab. Dark Knight to the lead. Jake right behind him. NPP, Habab, and appears to be Boomer and Robbie, as I'm seeing it, guys.
Definitely an interesting first stage, I'll tell you that much. Or a start to the second stage, man.
Everyone's keeping it clean. We got a breaking point here, and you're going to see people overdriving it, man, because...
Oh, yeah, I just did a little bit there. I'm pretty sure y'all seen that.
It happens, man.
Yes, it does.
You try to stay off somebody.
You're trying to gain as much as you can, and the breaking points is one of the biggest places to gain position is in those breaking points. And when you're not
on that part of the track where you're used to braking, it dictates where you should brake.
If you're in a different line, it will definitely mess you up. Your braking position, you'll be off, and it can definitely throw you out of loop.
And we've seen that happen to a couple people here, and we're going to see it more until everyone gets spread out here in stage 2.
We're getting pretty spread out here. It looks like we've got a custom car up front. I'm not sure who it is.
It looks like Ed Tho and
nope,
2 other cars.
Me.
Whoa!
Looks like Pendle made a mistake.
Yeah, MPP.
Somebody just died.
And there's
his caution's out.
I think everybody's going to go in and
shoot the moon.
Shoot the moon.
So we're under our first non-stage caution. We got Jake in front, Habab 2nd, Dark Knight 3rd, Pendle in 4th, myself in 5th, Robbie Vid 6th, Ed Tho 7th, Fat Patch 8th, Woodruff in the 9th, Tommy Armor Boy running at the top 10 with Trey, D. Smith, and Matt Dub on the lead lap.
Well, I tell you what, that tells me right now, Pendle does have a strong car because he did start at that stage towards the rear. He worked his way up, and
also, as y'all seen, that little calamity right there, and that right hand, that second right hander.
I hate that corner.
The way, everybody got a little bit stacked up. That definitely gave him a run. Looks like he was behind everything, was able to scoot to the inside of all that. So that definitely gave him some leeway there.
We got Jake as the leader, and you got Habab on the outside.
Yep, Trey in 3rd.
Oh, somebody backed out or lagged out.
Whoever was in Smith. He's running 4th. No, D. Smith on my screen still showing.
No, he gone.
He's not on racing service.
Huh.
Well, somebody just died in turn 1.
Yeah, he's on pit road.
Oh, and Habab, he's way out there. I don't know if him and Jake made contact on their screen, but...
That's weird, because I'm literally looking at the 08 car D. Smith right now.
Well, maybe I'm a complete retard. That happens.
I was just watching him on pit road.
Yeah, D. Smith's on pit road. Yeah, he's the first box Happy birthday, D. Smith. I guess, I mean, you're my dad and stuff, but damn it, man.
Edo sitting looks like he's up there in third, guys. We have Jake, we have Trey, we have Edo. Then it comes MPP. Then we right back there we see Boomer, the Boomer himself. A lot of guys. He's caught that caution through a little bit of trickiness out there. I would have gone in and got myself 4 freshies and a
I
belly
believe
fuel.
everybody did.
Yep, that's the best thing you can do. Robbie, Dark Knight, and I can't see who that our car is right now, trying to make a run, but Jake is trying to pull away with this. But Trey and Edo are saying, come here. Edo is definitely on a mission tonight. Great to have him back on the track. Edo, the second, going into turn 1 in that long right-hander.
I tell you what, you're an asshole, bud.
Hey,
Why's
now,
that?
easy with the language.
Oh, whoa. I know how this works. But anyway, I tell you what, you said that you were going to put Boom in the top 5, and he's running top
6
5
right now. I'm battling with Habab right now for that top 5.
You better make sure that that man has himself top 5 by the end of the night. You better crew
Yeah, you
chief
put
him
me
the
in the
rest of the night.
spotlight, Puddin', so yeah, it's on you.
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
I'll be more than happy to put that spotlight on you. That's the trust I have for you and Robbie and the 2 other drivers out there. I don't know if they want to be named or not right now, but guys, Edo is tracking down Trey. Trey is trying to track down Jake, and Jake is starting to pull away from them. Great to see
Yeah.
Edo up in third. Trey right there. Jake come through. Then MPP. I'm trying to follow along on on the video feed that we got going on. Everybody's battling for position, jumping on board with Robbie Vince, coming into that long right-hander right here, guys. On the brakes, on the gas, downshift. So much to do. That is a very confusing turn. Dark Knight to the inside. Robbie giving Habab a lot of respect, not giving him that rear bumper to upset his car. Lets everybody make a mistake. Robbie to the inside makes 2 car. Yeah, that's 3 passes and 1 turn on Robbie Vince's behalf. He's
Yeah,
going to
me and Habab got together in that a little bit there in that corner. I'm not sure if he just got late breaking into it or if I just braked early, but
I'm pretty sure Jake has his Holiday Inn card on him. He's getting ready to check in. He's probably
what are
gonna.
you talking about? He was checked in last year.
Yeah, he's about to
35,
check.
Blakey.
He's gonna check out later on tonight, and I mean, I'm gonna check him out anyway. But
go to a red roof.
But no. You gotta go to Super 6.
Super
Don't
Six.
red
That's right.
eyes
We're still on
means
board with
red
Robbie
eyes.
Vince, guys. Look at this, guys. He's trying to pull away from that battle. Boomer's still back here battling with Dark Knight. Right behind Dark Knight is Habab. Boomer, Habab, and Dark Knight battling it out, giving Robbie Vince the opportunity to try to track down Jake. And NPP still up there in second place. He named it. He said it the other night, and I'm just going to adapt to it. Love that NPP. No pit pendle, guys. Car's going wide. Do not overdrive the corner there, Boomer.
I'm trying. I've got everybody around me. Like you said earlier, it's hard to hit your marks when you've got everybody surrounding.
Yep.
Everybody
Yeah, run
doing a
as hard
great
as you
job,
can to
guys.
not
Oh,
get ran
Dark
over.
Knight. Dark Knight
I'm not
spins
sure
around.
what happened there. We made a little bit of contact through that carousel right there, so I'm not sure if I was at fault there or not, but there's just, whenever you've got 3 cars running side by side, nose to tail like that, sometimes contact's going to happen. So if Dark Knight, if you watch this later, I do apologize if that was on me.
No pit around Edo. Edo back to 4th. Trey up here in 2nd, trying to chase him down too. Saw a little bit. Dark Knight got into it. You got to be careful coming out of that last S turn section, going down the front straightaway. If you get on the throttle too hard or too fast, again, throttle control,
you'll
we talked
spin
about
out.
it. That you will spin out, like Danner just said, man. It is difficult. You got to be careful. This is a
It's
touchy
almost
track.
like Bristol or Martinsville.
Yeah.
On you
Yes.
you get on throttle too
Or
soon.
Richmond.
You'll be you'll be
Any
nose
short
first
track,
in the
I'll
outs.
allow. all
Fat
of 'em.
Patch makes a little bit of a mistake. Fat Patch, I've raced with him quite a bit. Even early, Fat Patch gets off that carousel, hits the wall head on, heavy head on damage. I know he was looking forward to this track. He doesn't necessarily care for the road course, but Fat Patch wanted to be looked at here and making a small mistake, and that's going to cost him. We still have another stage, Fat Patch. Stay in it. We're going to go back over here. Matt
we're in the
BW.
last stage now, aren't we?
No, we are still in stage 2.
Well, holy hell.
We've got 2 laps to go in stage 2.
On board with Woodruff. Woodruff has been strong all year, all night long, too, guys. Loves driving
Is
that
everybody
black
good on
93
fuel?
car.
Yes, we will make it on fuel.
Okay.
For those who pitted during that caution, we will make it on fuel. The ones who did not, it will definitely be close. I've got a few laps to spare, which makes me think that they probably would, but who knows? We'll definitely have to see.
Jake
I don't
definitely has a
think
good
Jake would be
lead.
pushing so hard if he didn't have enough fuel. I think he's going to beat a stage two
Oh, yeah.
winner unless he, goes in one of them sand traps, which are deadly. You might as well have
Grass,
a
too.
Yeah, you might as well have a blue. Well, the grass isn't as bad on here as it was on Heat 3.
Oh, no.
Dirty South Racing, that's Roofer out there, man. Glad to have you on board. And he says, yeah,
And
the
it's not
DSR
as bad
setups are
here,
really
Mr.
wicked here.
Pittman.
It's not as bad here as it is at Watkins Glen. I know sometimes coming through that carousel at Watkins Glen or coming up through the S's, getting ready for that long straightaway before you get to the bus stop, if you catch the grass there, it can definitely throw your car for a loop as you're turning.
Facts.
A lot of laps turned here today. A lot of laps turned in the last couple of days. Once again, a lot of these guys on the daily. The entire daily was taken up by most of these guys, almost not everybody. And they not only set themselves the weekly, but quite a few of them made it onto the all-time list, booting myself. These guys really working hard. This is a
Puddin', you're
track.
not on the all-time list anymore.
That's what I just said. I got booted.
It wouldn't surprise me if this is Jake's very few of many laps. He's probably ran less laps than everybody and still beating cheeks. You know what I mean? Like
I will say earlier when I first
you said, he
got
ran
on,
200. That's
whenever I
Wednesday.
first got on earlier today when I was making the last second adjustments, I did see Jake, Habab, Trey, not Trey, but Robbie Vids, all Team NOCO. They were in a party, so which makes me think that they were definitely running laps here, getting everything set up, making their last second adjustments,
yeah.
getting everything right. So everybody's definitely been putting in the work.
One of the funnest portions of this track, in my opinion, dude, guys, something I
And
always
the
look forward to
stage
do. Yep,
Yes, it is.
is I love coming through that last S section, going down that straightaway, coming into the front straight to the start finish line. I absolutely love that. On top of making that
Go ahead and
giant
shut
right-hander on top
my
of the
mic off because
Knievel.
I'm about to say something completely retarded.
Yes, please do that. As we've got Jake taking the win in stage 2. We've got Trey in second, No Pit Pendle third, Edtho fourth, Robbie Vids in fifth, Habab 6th, myself 7th, D. Smith 8th, Dark Knight 10th, Woodruff the 10th, Matt B. Dub 11th, Tommy Armor Boy, and Fat Patch.
MP Rooper out there, Dirty South Racing, said Deadpool worked with a DSR a lot today, guys. So that's great to have him aboard, though. That's why we're seeing a lot of these DSR guys looking real good. Deadpool being a very fast competitor. Everybody has their own approach coming into a road course. Seeing everybody how they're driving it. Fat Patch, I thought I would see him up there. It's not over for him, but Robbie, Boomer, Ed, though, great to see him up there. Jake, no surprise. Dark Knight, and MPP, No Pit Pendle guys are all
here
still
we
in
go.
this. They're still all in this for that black and white as we go come back from that green and white.
Stage 3.
Turn 1, everybody's got to be very careful, especially people in the back. People are going to be cautious. Trey to the inside of Jake. Jake to the inside. We got Robbie Vitz and Edtho sitting there in third. Jake got a great run on that outside. Pulls 2-3 cars down. Still seeing him too wide. Coming up to this right-hander. Everybody knows how difficult this be. Don't
And to
bicycle the
throw
car.
some information out there, it was not D. Smith that lagged out, it was Piston Piper that lagged out.
Piston Piper, that's unfortunate, man. He's always super fast.
As
Robbie
D.
Vitz got
Smith
pushed
is
up
still
into the
running.
grass.
Ooh.
Robbie Vitz got
don't
pushed
lose
up into
a
the
few
grass,
spots.
lost a lot
He's
of
still
position.
sitting on
Car's
the pit
hard to
road.
walk. Car's
D.
hard into
Smith
the
is
back
still
wall
running
back
with
there.
me.
That's crazy.
Oh, I can only tell you, we all know how Robbie is. His frustration level right now is probably through the roof. Heavy damage. We still have a stage, Robbie. Keep it together. Be patient. I know how much you were looking forward to this and how hard you tried to on these cars. We're going down the backstretch and we flip over to Dark Knight. Dark Knight's the inside of it though in that 22. Look at that right there. Habab in that 21. Thank you again for the other night, Habab. They're going to make this left-hander. Then they're going to go back into this S's. How do you take this, guys? I
It's actually a
downshift brake.
right-hander first pudding, but
Excuse me, I'm going reverse style here. I always downshift brake and accelerate at the same time to keep the car stable. Great turn by Dark Knight as he makes one heck of a run onto No Pit Pendle going into this right-hander. No Pit Pendle on the inside of Trey. Trey gets a little bit of a move. No, Habab and Edo back there, guys. These, oh my goodness, somebody's got to take it before I get told I have to breathe.
well, you
No,
need to breathe.
you're
But,
doing
how about this? You was asking Puddin how people drive this track. How about this? Whenever I get to the start of the next lap, I will take y'all through and tell y'all what I'm doing. Now, it might not be what everybody else is doing because obviously I'm doing something wrong being back here, mid-pack right now. But I'll at least, give, our viewers an idea of everything that goes on while running this track.
Once again,
Well,
guys, we got
awesome.
Nanner Bread, Arch, and Boomer up here in the booth. I do not mean to overtalk them. When I get excited, I get excited. I apologize,
Yes, you
Be
do.
like
guys.
that.
Holy cow, I'm sorry, guys.
Now, as we're going down
I'm
the
willing to
back
put up
stretch.
$5 for Boom to take the ramp next time around.
Oh, no, I can't do that.
We
I
cannot
can't
do that.
Something to look at.
There it is.
No,
Blakey T
see,
just
well,
told me
see.
to breathe. There it is, the first one of the night.
Puddin put me in the top 5 for his pick, so I definitely got to try to make good on that and come through with it. I'll do my best as we're making our way through these S's. As I said, I will switch. I'll give y'all a rundown. Now, coming through here as we start the new lap in third gear, you don't want to shift to fourth. You want to kind of back out that corner a little bit earlier so you can stick that inside line all the way through that corner.
I'll run that in a
Myself,
second.
I hit fourth gear before coming to here. That way I can slow down a little bit without the RPMs being up too much and get a little bit too loose making this left-hander. I'll stay in third gear here, back out a little bit, just touch the brakes just barely, as obviously I did not touch them enough as I'm going through the grass. I told you, this ain't my greatest course, so y'all have to bear with me here as we got people passing me. But coming up on this left, third gear still, coming all the way down through here. You want to try to back out a little bit so you don't jump this corner as, they were giving me $5 to do. I accidentally just now switched to second gear. I was used to being in fourth, so that was a mistake on my part, so I apologize. But as this long back straightaway comes around, sometimes the draft, if you're close enough at high enough speed, will come into effect. But as you know, this is a long straightaway. You want to try to get to the outside underneath this bridge. You want to try to back it out, tap the brakes, downshift a little bit, try to stick that inside right here. Get yourself set up to make this left-hander coming up through here through the S's.
Glad to see no tire marks through that grass either, guys.
There's a few of them. Myself
No,
personally,
I'm
I
talking about the
downshift right
left
there,
side.
trying to get a little bit more oomph coming, and that completes the lap of Canadian Tire.
And anywhere from 115 to 118, guys. That's, depending upon how you drive, how you hit your marks. This is one of the toughest roads. We follow along with Boom. You do not want to bicycle. You want to be able to get on that gas at the same time, but not get those tires up. Barely tap it. Sometimes I downshift, sometimes I don't. Depends upon how you get in here. Following up Boom right now.
Sorry about that, Woodruff.
On the inside of Woodruff, yes. Woodruff right there gets a little bit into the grass. We're going to
Made a
call this
little
the
bit of
Puddin'
contact
Knievel
there.
corner from now on. No offense to Evil, but you know what? I put my persona on there's Knievel because of Evil.
Me and
so,
Woodruff. Somebody's spinning. It looks like it
I
could be
think
Fat Patch, I believe.
I think, I was just going to say it was that Fat Patch with Jaywood. They have similar colors. Fat Patch coming back to the inside of Boomhauer right here.
Tried to pass me in the grass. I don't think that's going to work there, Patch. I think you might need to be on the asphalt where them tires actually going to catch some traction there, man.
Jumping back here to Jake, guys, he's got a big lead. Not to take away from him. He's already dead. He's locked the championship up by starting. He's got the fast time sitting on the all-time leaders board. No offense, Jake, you are super fast. We got to keep up with some of this action as we go back here to the MPP. No pit pendle. On the inside, they're making that right-hander. On the inside of Dark Knight. Dark Knight's trying to hold himself right there. They touch a little bit. Now he's coming up in, now they're making that left-hander. Gotta be careful. Easy on the throttle, but still get into it quick. Hard corner. Then you're going to come up here and make another left-hander right up here. This is the speed corner. This is where you do not want to mix up. Contact being made once again with no pit pendle and dark. Do not want to overdrive this corner because you have to have a great Puddin' Knievel corner. These guys are side by side. Who's going to drive it in harder? No Pit Pendle and Dark Knight drive it inside. Very light contact. Edda right behind him. He says, you guys keep beating and banging. I'm going to come up right behind you. Coming up through this left-hander. Long straightaway. The draft can play effect here if you do it right. Holy cow, guys. I'm sorry, man. This is just, I love this track and I love this
There's
series,
a lot
man.
that goes on. You've got to run this track lap by lap, corner by corner. I mean, it's just so much to do,
Dark
so
Knight
much
makes
to
a move
remember.
on the inside of no pit. No Pit hits all fours onto the grass. Left to right, back in there. No Pit Pendle going down pit lane. Dark coming out. Edda right behind them. Maybe some pit strategy
You might have
being
been a little
played.
bit quick getting in there.
Oh my goodness. I love this track. Like I said, I even tried to sneak in earlier. No pudding, it's a bad pudding. Don't drive where you can't drive right now. Had to try though. Woodruff right behind you, Boom. We're going to follow with Woodruff. Boom, we know what you're doing. We know what you're capable of. Don't overdrive it. Be safe, be smart. Woodruff right there on the back of that Boomhauer mobile. Come through this left-hander. On the gas, hard. Wrapping it out. All the way to the red light, on the brakes. Some people downshift, some people don't right here. Woodruff taps that grass. Great turn by Boom. Little overturn by Woodruff. Boom pulls him by 2 cars. Now you're going to make this left-hander here again, guys. Boom, $2 right now. Hit the jump.
Nope, can't do it.
All right, there we go. Boomhauer, great turn. Does not hit the candy canes. As I see wheel hop from Woodruff. The wheel hop is real in this game, guys, and it will help.
Yes, it is.
It will
Wheel
help
hopping
upset,
here is notorious.
It will help
if
you
you have
upset
not
that
played.
car. Guys, Arch. Nanner, come on, man. You guys got to help me out, man. Let me
man,
not
we're
let
trying, dude, but you're just going, man. Like, it's really hard to cut you off when you're going.
Man, once you get on a roll, man, it's hard to stop. It's like a train.
Yeah, I was just going to say, man. I'm over talking these two. We cannot forget Boomhauer.
No, I want to. I'm looking at other shit.
Stuff.
I'm doing. Yeah, some not cool stuff, but this is cool. Jake is beating cheeks off of everybody, right?
Pretty much.
Tommy Armour, Tommy Armour and Robbie making pits. Sorry, Boom.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying they're making pits.
Oh, so you're trying to play crew chief now? Okay.
No, I'm just announcing it. I'm on board with
This is
Tommy
one
Armour.
person
I'm
you
letting you
not
know
want
what
to take crew chief advice from.
I know.
Don't take
I'm
left side
following-
tires because it won't let you.
I'm following my own pit strategy. Don't worry, I'm not going to let Puddin do that to me.
Yeah,
I didn't
I'll
give him
hate for you
pit
to run out of
strategy. I
gas.
just helped out with setup. So there's a difference. We're on board right now, guys, riding with the number 11, No Pit Pendle. He said it the other night, NPP. I'm going to run with it. That works great for him. Love it. Another Ohio boy coming out of that corner. Going to come right down here. Barely breathe it. Back on the gas. No Pit Pendle looking good. But, man, I think Jake's got this field covered. And that's unfortunate. Some of these drivers have real high hopes. Boomhauer, do not let me down. Put that thing in the top 5 tonight.
I'm doing my darndest, Puddin. I've got a decent car, but a lot of these guys have also got good cars. Remember, this is custom Xfinity. These are the best ones in the Xfinity series right now. You know, there's a reason they're here. There's a reason they're running. So, I mean, you got to give them credit when credit's due. As it looks like Jake and everybody else has pitted, so I'm the last one. I'm actually in first place. Holy cow. I'm not sure how this is supposed to feel. See, my voice is already getting cracking.
Ed, though, out there, I mean, Dirty South said, yeah, look at that. Ed and, Dark are both second and third. He's proud of both of them, especially since they both dislike road courses. If you're going to dislike a road course, don't dislike this one or Watkins Glen. We all know that they're a lot of fun. There's another one out there that I don't care for, even though I do love a road course. Yeah, it begins with the S. I won't say the name, but thanks, Boomhauer, for that.
Boomhauer's first ever laps led on NASCAR Heat 4. Just kidding.
I've led a few, not many, but I've led a few.
Nah, I'm just messing with you.
Oh no, pit strategy is the only reason, I decided, you know what, I've got nothing really to lose here, so I was going to run it till, as I'm about to make my pit stop now, and I'm going to retain, or let Jake retain the lead, so to say.
Jumping on board with the Dark Knight DSR Mustang right now. He's showed
And I just got a speeding penalty.
Oh, yeah, you done effed up, bro. Man,
yes, I did. So
there goes that top
probably,
5.
Yes, definitely.
No, it's not over.
Ah,
That lady
because there goes
sings.
Jake. They're first.
Yep, 30.2 second pit stop. So there
That's
goes my
perfect. That's
top
normal.
five
Second,
for
That's
the night.
third,
everybody wants to have that. That is the
fourth,
quickest pit stop. You have 30
fifth,
second. That's perfect, Boomhauer. Take a breath.
Just
That's
like
all you
that
need, buddy.
155
sixth.
second lap time you were talking about last night, right?
So Eto's in fifth now. If unless he got
Oh, the
screwed up
61. I
somewhere.
believe that's J-Wood. Gets loose coming out of the escorters. We were talking about that. Got to be careful not throttle. Sorry, Nanner. Go ahead.
Seventh. Here
All
comes
right.
eighth.
Here,
You're gonna come out ninth, I believe, eighth or ninth, or maybe 10th, because here comes another car.
yep,
That's the
10th.
61.
No harm,
Man, how do you
Yeah.
let that happen, bro?
I got a little bit sideways. The old tires wore out, and getting on the pit road,
Oh,
excuse me,
Woodruff
got a
up
little
in
bit
the grass.
sideways, caught the wall, and I just didn't get slowed down in time. That's all I mean.
So
That's the
Jake's in
only-
a different country. He's
Yeah.
gonna come back home
Honestly,
eventually, but
I don't think Jake should qualify for this race because he's already in the next race, technically speaking. So whoever finishes second is actually going to be our winner tonight.
We're running a Bub with a Bob right now, man. A Bob, thank you again for your service. What you do. Thanks for what you did me. You've been looking
Absolutely,
strong.
brother. I hope you the best of luck. I didn't get to say it yet. Been concentrating on the races and everything. Coming from a fellow Army man myself, I wish you the best of luck. Go get 'em and hooah!
Judging by the paint scheme, it looks like he's trying to chase down that Robbie Vid's car. I can't tell back here, but Habab was a dominant figure earlier. Had a car, especially now that Stark Knight. He's trying to chase down that like at the side of it. And look good at Atlanta. Habab, one heck of a guy. And thanks for everything else. But man, you're looking good. You're looking smooth. We're going to keep clicking through. We're going to jump back off of that car because it's Boomhauer. Just kidding. We're going to see what the leader's doing real quick. And Nanner, you said it. He's on Gilligan's Island, man. He's by himself. He's out there in a land of his own.
yeah, I
Jake
think
is a
he's
league of
already
his
on a
own.
plane back to the U.S. I don't know if that's true or not, but sources are telling me that Jake's he's got this guy in autopilot and is just kind of doing. Oh wow, never mind. He just ate shit.
Oi!
Stuff.
Yep.
He ate
All
that
over the
inside
place.
wall and there he
Oh,
goes.
there we go. Eto taking that little bit of a cut right there. No harm. I think his car got loose. I don't think it was deliberate. And he gets loose coming off. Eto hits hard going down that front straightaway. Yeah, I don't think
How
he
many
did
laps
that
we got
deliberate.
left?
Jake is on 2 to go. Everybody else is on 3 to go still.
Holy baloney,
Well, Jake
guys.
is my dad.
You have so many daddies out there. I don't know what to tell you, Nanner. We're going to jump over here to this purple
I would
Well,
love to see how much you get in child support every month, seeing how everybody's your daddy.
Brother, I tell you what, man. Being a part of Team NOCO, it's kind of difficult to express. Well, and you know what? The sad part is, I'm a satellite team of my own for Taddy and everybody else because Taddy is my dad too. So,
Robbie on the bicycle.
well, he calls me dad, which is it's really weird how this works out, but it be like that sometimes.
I
We got
can't
a great
imagine calling more than
three-way
2
battle
people
back here,
dad
guys.
at a time.
Well, it's 2020, dude. Don't judge nothing.
Oh, I'm not. I'm just saying, I've got my dad and I've got my
Dark up on
stepdad,
the
and that's about it.
No, that's Boomhauer that was on the
that's weird.
bicycle. Yeah, we got Boomhauer. Robbie makes the vids. Robbie Vids makes the pass on the inside of Jay
Yeah, I
Wood.
got my
and
teammate here
was
sitting
that
here
Jake?
beating and banging.
Jake, did Jake just take the white flag? Is that what we just
Yes,
seen?
he did.
All right, well, as long as he doesn't completely booger up, because I don't see a damn car behind him. I mean, he's literally a continent away.
They don't race
From
NASCAR
anybody.
in Puerto Rico, just to let you know, Jake. So come back to the United States, buddy. Rob.
Adam Schefter's telling me that Jake is going to take his car to Montreal to test after this race. We'll see how true that is, but I doubt it's very true, but we'll ask him after the race.
Guys, we've had such a
He
great
won the
racing all
first
night,
race at
Nanner.
Atlanta pretty dominantly, and
I think
not
Jake's
as
going to
dominant
take
as
his car
this.
to run the Le Mans.
Yeah, well, if he takes this stock car to the 24 hours, I will put my money on Jake.
I don't know. Chevy's never won the Le Mans, so that'd be a bad bet.
Well,
They've never
screw
won
Chevy,
the overall.
screw
They have
Ford.
definitely won their own class.
No,
And
but
there you
Ford
go.
won, I believe,
Jake is
4
parking
Le Mans
it.
in a
He's
row.
parking it. Jake is. No, Jake, come on, bro. He's parking. He parked it right before the start finish
was
line.
awesome.
That's funny as hell.
That was
All
fun.
right, good stuff.
That
Oh,
was
Jake.
good. Was he trying to just make it appear a little bit closer?
Oh no, he's just showing his ass. Yeah, he swooped up the title. There's your season 3 Xfinity champion right there, Jake Guru, and he is a guru. He is a phenom. He is.
Boomhauer coming to that
Team
last corner,
Noco,
trying to
he
make a move
is.
on Woodruff.
I tried to
he
get
is.
around Woodruff, but I got a top 10 out of it.
I tell you what, Jake
Top
Guru,
five, now I
he
have to
is
go
Noco's
shape
prized possession, and he will be in Cup beating cheeks next year.
All right, official results. We've got, of course, Jake in first, Bob second, No Pit Pendle in third, Trey in fourth, Dark Knight fifth, Edtho sixth, Fat Patch seventh, Robbie Vids in eighth, Woodruff in ninth, myself in 10th, Matt B. Dub in 11th, Tommy Armor Boy, Matt B. Dub in 11th, Tommy Armor Boy 12th, D. Smith 13th, and Piston Piper in 14th.
I tell you what,
Thanks for being our in-race reporter, Boom. That definitely helps us out up here, man.
absolutely, you did a good
Yeah,
job. That has to be distracting too.
Yeah,
Especially
no,
when you
it
have
really
three
wasn't all
assholes
that
like us.
distracting. I'm used to talking in the in my own personal
Who had the
broadcast, talking
control?
with teams and stuff like that.
Anybody
Jake
want to go
got
to
a
Canadian Motorsports Park after this?
115.836.
Yes, he did.
All right, guys, we're going to try to get these rays up here. Again, thank you guys for bearing with me. Third time broadcasting. Hopefully, we pulled that off. But the commentary tonight was awesome. We're going to try to get these people. We need Jake, No Pit Pendle, Habab from that race. And Jake got Atlanta, and who finished second, third? You read it off a little too fast. I couldn't get it right. Okay, cool. So we got Robbie for Atlanta, so we'll get him up here. But yeah, I'm trying. Oh, excuse me then. We'll just go back.
I got you.
I apologize, guys. Again, that's
I got
my,
all them guys. Just give me a second. I'm whipping up one of them.
I
things
apologize for that blue
outside
screen out there, guys. I
from
was trying
my
to look at
people
some names,
area.
get them up in there.
I got a
Again,
lot
I'm
of
still
them
trying to
coming.
learn how to broadcast. So yeah, we got Arch and Nanner helping us out. Thank you, Arch. You do such a great job, and I know so many people out there in the commentary world, and even told you personally how much they are thankful to have you help us do the Gainey Racing broadcast and commentary, man. So thanks for everything you do, because that takes just as much time as some of these guys, or all the guys, and as our administration do, to keep this league running smooth.
Well, I appreciate that people show the appreciation to me, man. It definitely makes it worth it. For me, it's just I want to bring the best racing to you guys. I enjoy sitting here in the booth. I enjoy watching the races myself and the battles, and just like tonight, man, such good, fast, fun racing. I mean, come on, dude, Atlanta, that was crazy. And I got to sit here firsthand and bring it to you guys. So for me, that's a huge deal. And I know you guys appreciate it. So I definitely appreciate that in return.
The last couple nights, man, everything from Cup, Roval, all the way to last night till tonight, we have had anything but boring.
All right. Well, we've got the winner from both races and the championship for the Thursday Night Custom Xfinity Series. Jake, congratulations on all 3 of your trophies you earned tonight.
And his son. His
again.
son's in here too.
Once again, you were so far ahead, you were disqualified and put into the next race. So the second place finisher was the winner of this race.
I tell you what, that race That Atlanta race was one hell of a battle. I
Yeah,
enjoyed it.
you.
Wow.
You. First question
All of
I
it,
got
man.
for you. Looked like
ahead.
at the beginning of that Atlanta race, before I forget about it, the beginning of that Atlanta race, it looked like you didn't really have a long run car. Your shit started to fall off. Your stuff, sorry, your stuff started to fall off pretty quick. But that third stage, it was a whole different story. It looked like your car just handled beautifully, and you just kind of glided through the track.
Literally, we unloaded so fast. Team Noco, yet again, great engines, great bodyworks. We unloaded so quick. I practiced with it. You're right. I was definitely losing the cars, losing the rear end on the longer run, and I could not run my full fuel tank. I had to pit with about 4 laps of fuel left because my tires were gone. But I made an adjustment after that first stage, and it seemed like I fell back to somewhere inside the top 10, 8th or 9th, something like that.
Outside the top 10 because you passed
Or
me to
outside,
get back
yeah.
into it.
Yeah, you're right. And I thought, all right,
Don't forget to
settle
invite
in, let's just
Bob,
go. Car was just so good through traffic, clean air and traffic. It just handled well. I had no complaints about the car. Great run from everybody.
You did a great job out there. And the first question I want to ask you is, can you put your son on timeout? Because this boy over here has been saying you're his dad all night.
I don't know what that means, but
Yes, you do. Okay, buddy.
I'm not part of whatever him and Noko got going on. I'm just
Whoa.
just a bystander here,
That's what they all say.
It was a
Hey
good race,
Jake,
honestly.
Jake, for you,
Great.
buddy. This is me popping a bottle of bubbly.
Keystone.
Hey, I got one right with you. I got a nice a Bud Light bottle. So cheers
Oh wait,
to you
wait,
guys.
wait, no. We're
Oh,
talking about
shit.
good beers. We're talking about
No,
good
this is-
celebration beers.
This is Keystone Cowboys in here. You got to get with the program.
Whoa.
Hey, as
No,
long
we're
as the
drinking
Hey, real
person
quick, we
likes
do
it,
have to get Habab up here, though, guys.
as long as the person likes it, have at it. I say.
Jake,
So-
it's great to talk to you, man. I know you had a couple messages back and forth. Thanks for the kind words you gave me. Can't wait to have you up here in the booth. And man, you put on one heck of a show at both
Well done,
tracks.
Jake.
But guess what? If you're bored, let's go to Canadian Motorsports Park, buddy.
Yeah, that was also a good track.
Yeah.
I thought,
You know,
I thought strategy was gonna
tell
be
you what.
more.
I have
Honestly.
one question for you, though, Jake.
Go for
Uh-oh.
it.
Now that you've already wrapped up the Custom Xfinity Championship, coming back this Saturday night, we've also got the same 2 tracks, Atlanta and Canadian Motorsports Park.
Oh, your
What's
cheeks
it-
are beat again.
What's it going to be like, the difference between, the custom and the preset? Do you expect to see more, even closer battling now that it's not customs, that everybody's basically running the exact same setup? Do you expect more dogfights, or do you expect to see more people walking away, as you do every week?
I think it's going to be closer for Atlanta. Maybe not so much Canadian Tire. Canadian Tire was more of a bit of a strategy, either split it in half or try to make it the full stage. But Atlanta, I expect it, to be a lot closer. And I know I've already got the Thursday wrapped up. It's going to feel a lot better when the season ends. That's really the proper time to celebrate a championship. But it would be pretty cool to be called a two-time
I'm just now
Xfinity
receiving
champion.
breaking news, Jake. I'm just now receiving breaking news. I don't know how or why, but Puddin will be driving a slider at at the Canadian Motorsport Park in an Xfinity series just to give you a run for your money.
Oh, well,
And
I
then he'll run
expect
out
a
of
good
gas
race.
on the last lap.
And guess
I-
what? That's
He'll
fake
run out
news
of
too.
gas
don't-
on the last
That's
lap.
fake
That's-
news.
I want to commentate that one, but
That's
alrighty,
fake
buddy.
news.
Fake news.
I'll put
But
5
I tell you what,
congratulations, Jake.
yeah, good job, Jake, dude. Congratulations, old teammate Pendle, Robbie, Team Noco. You already know what it is.
Hey, the season's not any means.
No, hell
so
no. You're gonna have
everyone's
that.
still gonna have to go through me to get a win or wherever position I'm in. I'm always gonna fight for them, and just because I got Thursday,
And we
I'm
watched you
still
do that a
going
couple
Saturday.
times tonight, especially in Atlanta.
I was patient.
I
was
watched you.
patient there.
I watched you get hooked on that restart. I think it was the second stage. You got hooked. You were on the inside of Trey, I believe, and you ended up in the wall. And the caution didn't
No.
come out, but everybody
No, that wasn't
behind.
me.
The 10
technically
car.
that
I
was Pendo.
watched that 10 car. Trust me, I was watching that 10 car.
All right, well,
Maybe
my
you
straight,
seen
I didn't hit
something
the wall.
Oh, I know. I got into bad luck at freaking Atlanta, man. Everybody got into me. Good lord.
Atlanta
good
was
lord.
nuts, but it was
Tires,
good. It was good racing
tires.
though. Yes.
That's Atlanta for you.
Two lap old
Yeah, they look
tires
great for
meant
broadcast.
second on the track. That's what it felt like.
Well, being in the in-race reporter, man, that was nuts for Atlanta, man.
Oh, it was fun though. I can't wait
It
to watch
was.
the stream back. At
Honestly,
one
I
point,
think I might do this again Saturday.
I think I saw 6 cars
think you
battling
should.
for the top spot at one point. It was incredible. Job well
Breaking
done from all.
news! Breaking news! Boomhauer will be share playing with Puddin at Canadian Motorsports Park, and you do not know who's going to be driving that car.
Hush,
Fake
man.
news.
We'll tell their secrets. But then again, I don't want you to run out of gas in the last lap, so I'm not sure if you want to
Oh
do that or
God!
not.
Everybody
Well-
out there, everybody!
Hey,
Great
I
run
gotta
tonight,
say-
Jake. Congratulations, man. And
Hey,
we're all proud of you.
Honestly, I gotta
Represent
say,
everything well.
Robbie, I feel like he had literally an equal card to mine. We practiced a
Oh,
little
he
bit
was running
today.
up Puddin.
He got set back a
He-
little bit, but
He
yes,
was
he
running
did.
that Puddin horsepower tonight, or Puddin horsepower
Here's
chassis.
the deal. Here's what I gathered information based off practice and during the first 2 stages. I thought to myself, if Robbie was behind me at all, I felt like Robbie would have had a legitimate shot at this win. He put down such good laps in practice. I felt like he was going to be a threat, and he
Yeah.
was. He was definitely a threat today, and just a
You-
little mishap. and I
You
took
two were
advantage.
the only two that were on the all-time leaderboard.
No, Jay Wood was on there, wasn't
I'm
he?
looking at it right
No,
now.
no,
No,
and
not
it-
it-
Jaywood. That was Elena.
yeah,
I'm
we're
talking
looking
about
at the
Canadian
weekly.
Tire.
Yeah, we're looking at the weekly right now. Jake, weekly, you still have number 1. Robbie right behind
I think
you.
Jake was
MVP,
fourth all
time,
no pit,
and,
Trey, Dark
Jake was
Knight,
fourth all
Tat,
time, and
Ethel,
Robbie was like
Habab
seventh.
Our top 9. So we
What do
can
we got
tell you
for
guys have
all-time?
been all time. Oh, I can't tell you my name's on there because Robbie Vids. You're welcome. But Jake,
Freaking
sorry to
Aussie.
hear this, buddy. You're only 4th.
Oh, that's good enough for me. There's no way I'm getting that 114 by
I want to know how they're doing
yeah,
that. They got to be
yeah,
cutting
no
the
way.
track.
That's some nonsense.
They got to be
Fluffy's
cutting
got
the
a
track.
fast
Lagging
time.
and cutting corners.
I'll take an all-time lap.
Cutting
Eighth,
corners.
go to eighth. Hell yeah, I'll take an all-time lap.
I think
man.
the best I can get at Canadian Tire is a 1.5, maybe a 5 at most. I got a 7, but I need a 5. I think
wish
that's
I
the
had-
best I can get.
I wish I had more time to practice this setup tonight because I just literally jumped in it with no practice. So I mean,
At Pendle, you
didn't think I
were, man.
NPP.
what I say, buddy?
I've been saying it all
He
night,
went
man.
silent for a little bit on that race. I was a little concerned during
I
that
was
pit stop that he
focusing.
got black flag.
You
say
you were
nothing.
starting to upset me, and I seen what happened. I'm like, oh,
Hey, Pendle, did you get a penalty on that first pit stop?
Canadian Tire, yeah, because I pitted with 2 to go.
I knew you got
Oh.
held up. I knew
It's-
you were in that pit stop a long time.
Yeah,
It's
I was trying to
because
save.
he also
I
crossed the
started,
finish line.
yeah, I crossed the finish line. That's why with 2 to go,
In
and
the
I got.
pits.
I
Now-
literally took gas only.
obviously, Jake. I'm not going to ask you for your setup, but I want to ask you, what helped you save fuel? Was it the gears, or was it the
I didn't save
just
anything.
running a certain gear?
Atlanta and Canadian Tire, I saved
No.
nothing. Not at all. I ran hard 100% all night tonight. There was no
We
no
got send
saving.
Ento,
Normally I
message
like to
too,
run
or,
longer.
invite.
Today I short pitted.
Anybody got the number for 704 games?
Yeah.
I'm not going to limit say it starts with 704.
Am I
Yeah, that's
average,
probably
though?
good. That's probably a good idea. Someone get me the number for them guys, because this guy's got to go somewhere. Too dominant.
I ain't gonna lie.
It's good.
I
It's
love-
just concentration and practice. I
No,
love
buddy,
racing.
I know, man.
Boom.
I mean, when I
I have a
was
stream. If everyone is curious on how I race, why I'm so good, watch my stream. You'll see when I get on the gas, when I get off. You might
He's-
see my tires under
He's
pit
not
road and
hiding
stuff.
anything, right?
I'm not hiding. I recorded so everyone can see.
All right, well, Puddin had a question for me. What is that, Puddin?
Can you shoot Ento an invite? I'm sure a lot of us would love
yeah, let's
not
get him in.
the-
Yeah, let's get
I'm
him
not-
in here.
I could suggest, but somebody would still have to accept.
That would be Archangel.
Yes, it would.
Jake, congratulations, man. You've been
Yeah,
dominant all season.
I'm not doing it again.
Yeah,
I've
thanks,
done it 3
man.
times.
I
Appreciate
think he
it.
might have gotten off already.
Great car.
Let me see if he's on. I'll send him one. But yeah, good
That's
job,
fine.
buddy. Old teammate.
All right.
Asshole.
Tomorrow night,
Oh, jeez.
we actually have our developmental series. Puddin', do you might
Kansas?
know where that's?
Kansas,
Kansas. All right.
Xfinity. We're going high, wide, and handsome, boys. We're going HWH tonight. We're going to pack them, we're going to rack them, and we're going to stack them with 30 people who are trying to earn their way into Giggity and get a team. Again, everybody out there who is listening, we do appreciate that. It's not where you finish, but it's how you finish. It's how you drive the race out there tomorrow night at Kansas. So, guys, just because you don't get drafted, you don't put that pen to paper one race, doesn't mean you are not being excluded. Everybody wants to see how many times you can drive at different tracks, because if we go to your favorite track and you win, that's not fair, and the next week they pick you up and then you're like, oh, I'm not so good. So if you're out there, Kansas, Xfinity style, I can't wait to watch it, and if y'all need me in the booth, you know I'll be there. A lot of people, a lot of new faces, a lot of familiar faces, still trying out there, and all captains will be watching because we got a draft coming up. We got open spots on teams. So, guys, next week, or tomorrow night, excuse me, good luck to everybody.
I'll tell you what, it won't be just the captains watching. I'll be watching too. I mean, just because I'm not a captain, I could still tell my captain and be like, hey, I noticed this guy too. So it's not just the captains that are watching. All the drivers that are already in Xfinity are going to be watching this race tomorrow, or some of them at least.
Or cup.
Or truck, whoever they are, they're all watching too. So it's not just the captains you got to hope to get noticed by, but just anybody who's watching.
Somebody that you can mesh with, but yeah, you're totally right, Jake.
I'll be keeping on my eye on some drivers, so we'll see how they do tomorrow, and
that's well put, Jake.
We'll pack up, go Saturday, and
hey guys, how you doing?
One. Cheers, guys. I'm out of here.
Robbie.
Take care, Big Jake.
Is that the Australian Robbie we hear of?
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
What you got to say, Bubba J?
Congratulations.
Oh.
Robbie,
just playing NASCAR and drinking beer.
Here we go.
Robbie and I, as everybody know, are good friends. We banter back and forth. I called him Australian Robbie one time, and now everybody thinks he is Australian. And if you didn't look in the chats, Robbie got me good last night. So touche to you, good buddy.
Pinky pudding.
Touche to you, buddy. Congratulations, you made the all-time today at Canadian Motorsports Park. You look good at both.
And finished second at Atlanta.
Yeah, and I was just going to say,
yes,
you looked great at both tracks. I know that you were focusing and you were dedicated today. You sent me a message saying, I have everything shut off. You were in a bubble.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, today I weren't just racing for me. I am officially, as of today, racing for Great Ormond Street again. It's a children's hospital, as you guys know, and I put the link in the comments section of my stream, so any donations would be fantastic. None of the donations go to me, they go straight to the hospital as well. I just want to say a big thank you to Puddin for giving me a base on Canadian Tire. It was a really good setup, and he's been a big help today. Congratulations to Jake. He did absolutely amazing today. Put some time in practicing. Pendle had a great showing today, and I think Pendle is definitely going to be one to watch in Xfinity Series, not only this year but next year. And I believe he's going to be taking home the championship next year as well. And great drive by Boom. I mean, there was so many good drivers on there. It was unreal.
Oh, thank you.
You know, it's just like. Some of them were a little
Robbie,
bit
I don't
rusty.
know if you know, but you and Boom were driving putting high performance chassis tonight.
Yeah, I did think so. When I see Boom go around a couple of corners, I was like, yeah, I know exactly what setup he's got.
I was able to hit them corners. I just road courses just ain't my cup of tea. I did my best tonight. I screwed myself over with that pit stop. I got caught speeding. In stage 3. So I mean, I tried. It didn't work. Oh well. We'll do it again Saturday night. We'll re-rack them and stack them.
Robbie, you still had a great points tonight, though.
Yeah, I mean, had a great showing tonight. Got the points I needed. But boom, did you actually have the pudding setup, or did you have the Shin Motorsports version of it?
I do not believe I have seen that Shin Motorsports version of it, but I will definitely have to pick your brain in a couple of days.
But yeah, definitely, guys. Thank you for broadcasting. We really do appreciate it.
Absolutely.
The Xfinity series did miss a few broadcasts this season, so it's good to see people dedicating time and advertising what we're doing here at Giggity.
And as everybody knows, I will be more than happy to step in any night to help out. And real quick, let's give a shout out to his name's Tom Horton. We all know him as Dirt Dog.
Dirt Dog.
Dirt Dog has been out there and promoting Giggity like nobody's business. Another guy out there, Mango, promoting us. And he doesn't even race in Giggity, but he's been helping. So thanks for bringing it up, Robbie. But yes, we got people out there who don't participate who are also watching broadcasts on a daily, every one of them. So thanks. But yeah, anytime you need a voice, well, you guys know I'm willing to talk. Right, Robbie?
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
That's nothing. You've had you had 2 good runs tonight, buddy, and I got your message. I seen it this morning. We'll see what happens next season. I might be with you, and we'll see what's going on here.
That'd be a great addition to Shin Motorsports right there.
yeah, definitely.
I tell you right now.
OH.
IO.
Woo! That's right, MPP. That's right. That's
Like I
right.
told you, there's a third Ohio boy up in the mess.
Damn, the state of Ohio is going to take over the UK, boys.
Buckeye born and bred, my friend.
I tell you what, man.
Well, I have all of y'all in here. Go ahead.
I appreciate you wanting me a part of your team, and we'll see what the end of the season takes. We'll see what my work schedule's like and stuff like that, and whether I can race Wednesdays or Sundays or both. We'll see. But trust me, I mean, I highly respect you, and obviously we've been teammates in the past, so we'll see what happens. But well, as me, you and Pendle have all been teammates in the past.
Yes. Great teammate.
You know, I respect everyone, and
It'd definitely be good to have you on board. Definitely.
Hey, real quick, Robbie, we got to teach you
wouldn't say
something.
Eric.
When we say OH, you say IO. I know you can
no,
say
he
UK.
says, "Ayo, ayo."
But at the same time, we don't give a damn about the whole state of Michigan. Cause where? From where, boys?
OH.
IO. There we
Oh,
go.
that's right.
All right, quick question for the the Nuco team in here right now.
Yes, sir.
For all three of y'all, going into Saturday now, looking at the points, the 3 of y'all are sitting top 4. You've got
Shocker.
Jake up front by extra mental amount of lead. We've got Pendle sitting in second, and we've got Robbie sitting in 4th. Now, bad for you is tied with Pendle actually with the same amount of points. Robbie, you're only 9 points back from that 3rd position. What would it mean going in, as 2 more drivers get eliminated this weekend? Right now we've got Woodruff and Roofer sitting on that bubble down there with Trey also, all 3 of them tied. Do you just try to protect that top 4, that top 6, or
No,
you
he just
keep
shows
trying
up.
to, or do you try to keep, moving forward, maybe try to get into that top 3? That way all 3 of y'all are actually fighting with each other for a championship come the season finale.
I'm actually out of the playoffs as of last week, so I'm all about teamwork.
I guess I'm looking at a old.
Yeah, you probably are, because I mean we pushed Robbie to Daytona.
Okay,
win,
I see it now. Yep,
First
I was
week of
looking
the
at wrong
season.
one. My bad.
and that was
Sorry about that.
one of my finest moments on NASCAR Heat 4.
Yeah, Robbie deserved that win. It's good
Yep.
to try to push him to get him.
And we even
I'm a
got
dummy.
we even tried to get wrecked. Like there was people trying to wreck us to defeat us, but it didn't work out.
All right, well, Robbie, I take that back. But with the Jake and Pendle sitting in 1 and 2. I mean, what's your mindset going into it? Are you doing everything you can to help them? Are you pushing them to the lead? Or I mean,
I'll let Pando answer that one for you because he knows exactly what I'm going to do.
Well, I was about to say maybe if you're leading the stage, something like that, coming to a stage win. I mean, playoff points are everything.
Yeah, they are.
Up until that final round. So I mean,
I'll be working with my teammates, and I'll be making sure I can do the best by them. They've helped me out a lot this season. It's not easy being a British guy coming to a NASCAR game, and it's full of Americans, but you guys have, accepted me for who I am.
You're the best British person on this game.
Watch your damn mouth.
And Team NOCO have just been they've been such a great help. I mean, NOCO has been absolutely phenomenal, and these guys that ride in his team are absolutely brilliant, and I love every single one of them like a brother.
Oh, you're going to make me cry, Robbie. Damn it.
Me too.
What's it like to drive on the left side of a car here, Robbie? Especially with that all-American horsepower.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good. You should try it from time to time. You might go faster.
Ouch. All right. Well,
I think that's...
As this is starting to get a little bit personal, I think
You got to put back in the freezer. We're waiting for you to harden. You're still liquid. You watch your damn mouth first, you goddamn all.
Easy enough.
Again, Robbie Viggs and I are great friends. We're great friends.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for Robbie, I wouldn't have this game. And if it wasn't for Robbie, I wouldn't even be involved with Giggity. Thank you for everything you've done for me, buddy. I miss you. I love you. You're my homeboy. And great run tonight, man. Great run tonight.
I've just got 2 more things to say, and then I'm going to go get to bed because it's really late here. I'm going to say, g'day, mate, get yourself a free wallaby, and that's for NOCO. And I'm also going to say, playing some NASCAR, drinking some beer.
At least I have a fist up my ass.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
She's standing up against the Ferris wheel, corn dog in one head, Budweiser in the other.
Got me a tenderloin with some ketchup, bro.
Well, thank y'all for joining this broadcast this season.
Were we able to get
Habab
up here? We got to talk to him.
We've sent invites.
Okay.
Yeah, and Pendle, thanks for today, buddy. And you've been a great help, and it was good to see you run on the track. You had a little bit rough tonight, but you pulled out a good result in the end. I'm going to shoot off, and I'll speak to you guys either tomorrow or in a couple of days. Love you all.
All right, Robbie, you take care,
night, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Yep, I'm gonna go ahead and bounce out of here too. I got to work come early morning in the AM hours, but it was great racing with these guys tonight. Sorry I couldn't get my team a better finish than what I did. Did my best, screwed up at the end, so that's on me. But thanks Puddin for the help you did at Atlanta and Canadian Tire. Looking to bounce back Saturday. We got the presets, so might be a little bit closer together for a little bit of it. So looking to bounce back, but I will catch y'all later, and thank y'all for having me as the in-race reporter.
Hey man, good job, and thank you for being that.
Absolutely. So I'm gonna cut out right quick with a quick.
Take us off.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, again, we got Archangel Puddin, Nanner up in the brood, up in the booth, NRG. Nanner, I'll have you take us off, buddy.
What do you mean take us off? What am I doing here? Oh, hell, we still got Pendle in here.
Oh, hey.
We haven't talked to him yet.
I'm just sitting here. I'm just listening to you guys. That's
our third Ohio. He's our armpit right now. Maybe the scrotum, whatever you want to call it.
He didn't come from the armpit of Ohio. He's all right.
Oh no, you're right. You're right. He's from the good part of Ohio, the part that likes the Cleveland Browns.
Go Bengals.
So, yeah, you watch your damn mouth.
Hood and I actually got a lot of Bengals fans that lives around me, so they give me hell from time to time. So that's okay.
I get it. I got a lot of Steelers fans that live around me for whatever the hell
My wife's family's from Cleveland. She's from Cleveland, so We got a lot of black and orange that does get spread around the house, but there every now and there's some of that brown and orange that gets spread around
That's how you
Hey,
get
also.
punched in the mouth,
it's
honestly.
better.
But
It's better. Hey, it's better than black and gold or black and
Woo!
purple. So I mean,
That's right.
I
Yeah,
mean,
damn straight. MVP, I keep calling you that. You named it the other night. Guess
yes.
what? You are affectionately known as MPP, the original, the OG, no pit pendle, man. You look good tonight,
and
brother.
that confused me until right now because like every time he said it, I'm like, what the hell are you even talking about? I'm talking about Pendle, and he's like PP, and I'm like, oh,
I don't have
There's
my
there.
teeth in.
actually, there's actually a quick funny. I'll tell you a quick funny story of the reason I got that name. So I was racing in another league, and I had a
That
really
truck
fast.
league that you're fucking.
Oh,
No,
We're still alive.
oh my
it's
Darn it.
actually
goodness.
cup. It's
Holy
it was a,
crap.
It was a former cup league, and I ended up. I was leading the race, and we had a late caution, and I forgot to pit, and so we come out, and I forgot to pit, and I'm like, oh crap, because the guys are fast. Obviously, at Auto Club, if, even with a few laps different tires, your car's done for. Like you're gonna be blown by.
Facts.
And so I didn't pit, and later in the end of the race, a buddy of mine just started calling me No Pit Pendle. So I said, all right, you know what? He's like, you should change your gamer tag to that. And I said, all right, okay, I'll try it. So I did, and it's just stuff.
It
It works.
stuck. It works out great.
I tell you what, man, I don't practice much online like I need to because I work so damn much. I wish I had more time because I think I'd be up there with Jake every freaking week. I really would. And I rely on Robbie a lot. He's been helping me. Him and Noko's been helping me when Noko's got time, and they've been sending me setups, and it's helped me get better. I wish I had more time because Jake's been kicking my ass all year, and it's like, what can I do not to finish second to that guy? I mean,
I tell you what, man, it does. I will be the first to say that finishing behind a couple teammates in whatever series is tough. I mean, it's like, man, what did I do wrong? A lot of times it does come down to green flag pit stops, but
Yep.
we didn't see too many of them tonight. We seen a couple at Atlanta. We seen a couple at Canadian Tire, which I didn't expect. But it happened, and we seen you out front a few times, and
I like that.
you had to
PhD,
pit, and that you just had the older tires. And you pitted a couple laps too late, but you got good points out of the entire night.
Yeah, that's what I needed. I was 34 points behind Woodruff because I know Jake was going to lock up the championship. Said I want to try to finish second, get Noko 1-2 in the points, and
Yep.
I tried. Woodruff had a little bit better Atlanta race, but I think he only finished a couple spots ahead of me. And then obviously Canadian Tire, I was a top 3 car all night. So
Yeah. I thought you were going to win it there for a while until Jake got ahead, and then Jake said, "Ka-chow."
Yeah,
D-Smith style.
Jake's just freaking so fast on custom setups, man. He builds his own too, so that helps him. He's got an advantage there. I feel like I'm a lot closer. I feel like I'm a lot closer with him on default because if you notice, I know Puddin's watched me broadcasts. I'm with Jake a lot in most of my races, and it's just things happen that don't go my way. I'm just too nice. He tells me all the time to boot him out of the way. I just can't do it. I just can't do it.
Yeah, I feel you there. It seems unfair to the person next to you. You're like, well, you're slower, but I'm trying to be nice to you. But then you battle them for a couple corners, and it's like, all right, man, get the heck out of my way.
Right. I tell you what.
You don't. You put the bumper to him and go.
As much as I love having Jake as a teammate, it's going to be kind of nice seeing him going to Cup next year because I can actually win a few races.
Yeah, and you will, because I've been watching your progress in one of your other leagues that I think it's trucks.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's
Yeah, you've been watching, or I've been watching you climb points, and I think this week you declined points in that series, but I've been watching you sitting up there in the top, 3 or 4 for the last few weeks, and I'm like, you'll get him. You and UK both.
Me and UK both. We that's another thing. He's coming to NOCO next year in the Xfinity, and he's one of my closest friends on this game.
I thought he was in.
Maybe
I
you
thought he
guys can
was
help
trucks for
me out
UK.
then. Maybe you guys can help me out with some pitch strategy because I need to learn that.
All Puddin', I'll be more than happy to help you. I'm so much better at default than I am at
Oh,
custom. So
we'll see. We'll see.
Guys,
I'm
we
gonna
gotta
be
get
your
this wrapped up
teammate.
real quick, though. Real quick. Thanks
I forgot
to
we're still broadcasting.
yeah. Thanks to Arch, Boom, myself, definitely you, Nanner. Real quick, OH.
Oh,
There we go, boys. A couple of Ohio boys, all three of us in the booth,
three of
man.
them.
Well, I'm going to shut this down real quick, but we, no pit pendle, one heck of a run tonight. Good
Thank you.
points, and you look good at both tracks. Nanner, thanks for
Miles
joining us.
Garrett's my
Arch,
dad.
He's mine too.
thanks for helping out. Apparently, we got to jump offline real quick, just because Nanner needs to go take a paternity test to find out who his dad really is. So, for everybody
Well, you
in
never
Giggity
know what you might see on the Giggity Racing Channel. Hell,
Hey, I'm going to jump off here, gentlemen. It's good talking to you guys. Nanner, especially you. I ain't heard your
Oh,
sweet
gee,
voice
thanks.
in months.
oh my goodness.
And Puddin', I love you too, man. I just ain't heard
No.
Nanner in so long. It's
I
just
got
nice to hear his voice again.
Oh my
But we're going to
goodness.
jump off. We're doing the like I said, I'm on the broadcast. Congratulations to all of our podium finishers tonight. Congratulations to Jake wrapping up the
Yes.
Xfinity Custom.
See you guys.
You guys have a
Alright.
great night, and
Take
if
care,
anybody
brother.
wants to, I'm going to be online. The old ladies at work. Let's do some racing. So, from everybody else up here in the booth, good luck, be safe, and you know I have to say it, y'all. Bye!